Welcome back to episode 114. That was loud of the Purple Rain podcast, the Kyle Hamilton episode, your newest Baltimore Ravens first round pick, the new safety of the future, possibly mini Eddie Reed Jr. You know what it's all about. But we are back, and we actually have content to talk about. Like no speculation, like actual content to talk about. I cannot wait. But first and foremost, you can head right there to the Purple Rain podcast. And first and foremost, number one, we do have the Rain Gang group chat, which, by the way, has been popping off. Some great conversations in there. Very nice to interact with all y'all. It's beautiful. And also, a little bit of an announcement I'll let you talk about as well. But you can find this guy on Instagram and on Twitter at SuttonDef. You know where to find him. Find me on Twitter at SimplyAS10 and on Instagram at SimplyAS10.prod. And I'll just hand it off to you. Much like Lamar hands it off to JK, I'll hand it off to you.
All right. Appreciate all you guys for coming through to episode 114, the Kyle Hamilton episode of the Purple Rain podcast. Couple things to cover. First of all, like the video, guys. Go ahead, like the video. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you do enjoy our content, we would appreciate that greatly. Just a couple things. So first thing, he covered the Rain Gang group chat. Like he said, it's a lot of fun already. We're having a lot of great conversations in it. It's lit, like you said. So if you do want to be a part of that, go on the Purple Rain Podcast Instagram, like you see right there down below. Go on that Instagram. Look at the story. There's a story post that was posted earlier today. If you want to be in the group chat, just like that story post, and you will be added to the group chat. Also, the Purple Rain Podcast is now sponsored by Manscaped. Indeed. The nation's leader in below the belt male personal hygiene. So more on that will be coming soon, but that is something that is it's official and it is happening. So very excited for that for sure. And yeah, if you actually want to order any Manscaped products right now, you can go on their website and use our discount code PRP.
I mean, that's easy.
It's
really easy. 3 letters.
Super simple, PRP. Right? Super simple. You can go on there, put in PRP, you save 20% off of your order. So shout out to Manscaped. And big thank you. And you know how we do here on the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel, man. Each and every podcast episode, we're going to bring up the live chat, man. We're going to see who's in here. J Prime 235 in the house says hello. How you doing, J Prime? Appreciate you for coming through. Lisa Frankel in the house says OTAs are voluntary and Lamar Jackson gets flack for it enough already.
Oh boy.
Lisa always gets straight to the point. She's like, she doesn't mince any words.
No
she
nonsense.
Just gets straight to it. No nonsense, Lisa. I love it. Edgar says, yo, what's going on, Edgar? Bryce H in the building says, what's going on, man? Mod K-Dog says, yo, what's good on the Memorial Day Friday Eve Rain Gang family? Just smash that damn like button. I know that's right.
He gets it.
He gets it. Yeah, he gets it. Dre in the house says, what's up, Purple Rain Gang? What's going on, Dre? Appreciate you for coming through. Dre's in the Purple Rain Gang group chat. Ask him how things have been going.
Yeah. How's it going? Great. Let him know.
It's going great. Yeah, let him know. Let's see. Kareem in the building says, Rain Gang, what's going on, man? I see Yolanda in the house says, good evening, PRP family. Speaking of Yolanda, there was a couple people in the Rain Gang group chat who were requesting Yolanda to join because she's always spitting facts. I was like, I don't know Yolanda's Instagram. So Yolanda, if you do want to be a part of the group chat, let us know because you have been requested. You and a couple others, actually. Let's see. Dawson in the building says, Noti Gang. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Hit that bell. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time that we go live, every time we post a video, all that good stuff. Majin Bull says, hey, finally caught a live episode. Majin Bull, what's going on, man?
Bro?
Welcome back. K-Dog, giving the shout out as we always have to. If you're not watching this live right now and you're part of the hashtag Replay Gang, we thank you guys so much for joining this episode of the Purple Rain Podcast. We appreciate you guys to no end. Make sure you leave a comment down below with any questions, comments, anything you have for us. Leave it down below in the comments. It looks like we do have our first super chat donation coming in, and this one is making it rain, pulling up from the bleachers. Edgar Allan Yo.
Not Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Yo. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much. We cannot thank you enough, man. Making it rain here. Absolutely making it rain here on episode 114 of the Purple Rain Podcast. What a way to kick it off, right?
Much like how I think how Hamilton will start off his rookie career with a bang. And that's how you're starting off the episode. I love it.
Yeah, love it for sure, for sure. We appreciate you, Edgar Allen. Yo, we really do, we really do. We thank you so much for your super chat donation. I see my guy Boz is in the house as well. Says, "Yo, Rain Gang, what's going on, Boz? Appreciate you for
How
coming
are you,
through."
Boz?
Kimberly's in the house. How you doing, Kimberly? Appreciate you for showing up to this episode of the Purple Rain Podcast. Yeah. So let's go, Alex. Let's go ahead and let's just jump right into what we have to talk about on this episode. Ravens started OTAs this week. We're finally getting back to some on the field action. We can see these guys for the first time on the field. We love it, right? We love to see it.
I mean, how can you not be excited? You know, when you see the interviews back at the castle, I love it. That's how you know it's close to that time. And you know, the rookies were there. Did you watch the Ravens rookie minicamp wire by any chance last night?
I did not catch the wire. What did I miss?
Very good, very good. Linderbaum was surprised by Marshall Yanda. You got to see a little bit inside of it, and even we had Marcel Darius, the former number 3 overall pick, in for a tryout, which really I didn't even know he was there, which was pretty crazy to think.
Wow.
But definitely, you know, they actually had Greg Roman mic'd up. You got to see Keith Williams working with the receivers, and a lot of Harbaugh too. So, and then also Mike McDonald was mic'd up too. So if you haven't watched it, definitely go watch it. Really informative, really informative.
Yeah, I definitely have to check that one out. I mean, the Ravens media team has actually been doing a really good job recently. There's been wires for the draft, for OTAs. It's been a lot of content they've been putting out. So shout out to them. Appreciate them for doing what they do.
It. I mean, I love it.
Exactly. But it's interesting you say that Greg Roman was mic'd up during that. I wonder, what were some of the things you kind of took from that? What was he saying?
He said, this is not his words, and it's not my words, it's his. He said, there will be a lot of Mark Andrews plays from Isaiah Likely. His words. His words.
Oh, and you know what's funny too? I was reading through Jeff Zarebek's Twitter, and he was talking about some quotes from Roman and things like that, and some of the other guys too. And a lot of those guys are really high on Isaiah Likely. They think that and Mark Andrews was saying the tight end room is scary now. That
they have about how Nick Boyle looks like a completely different person.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. What do you make of that? Do you think that the Ravens are really trying to move back towards? I mean, because Greg Roman said it himself. He likes this Likely kid. Of course, he loves Mandrews. I'm sure he loves Nick Boyle as well. Yeah. Could we be going back to those 2-3 tight end sets?
Listen, most likely, no pun intended. No pun, right. Of course. But you got to think about. I think Nick Boyle. We're gonna carry 4 tight ends. That's a given now. So I'm not too sure what we're gonna do, but hopefully it's revolutionary again. Hopefully the offense is back to number 1. But hopefully we get that passing game going as well. Yeah, that's the main thing.
For sure. So let's go ahead. We'll get into some of the the interview questions and answers and things like that, information from the players and stuff. But let's go ahead and just talk about the actual OTAs themselves. And of course, our guys simply go ahead, bro.
Real quick, can you bring up Ravens 76B Moore's comment about Pepe Williams, Demerian Williams? That's his nickname. This dude right here, he is the definite. I said that when we drafted him. He is the definition of the picture of the guy who said. Talking about the advanced stat nerd and the guy that's smiling who says he has that dog in him. Because Pepe Williams has that absolute dog in him. You're going to see it when you watch The Wire. They do a little bit on him. This guy is so easy to root for. It's not even funny. I think he could definitely make plays for us in the secondary. So, I love that.
Okay. And we'll talk a little bit more about the secondary, a little bit more in depth later in the episode because I got some things to say, man. I got some things to say about
we talked about it a couple days
ago. We talked about it. We did. Yeah, but we're live right now, and I want the Rain Gang to really, go back and forth with us on that. So we will bring that back up. But Pepe Williams, I'm gonna have to look into him, and I'm gonna definitely watch that Wired because it sounds like it was really good. Yeah. Black Daniels in the house says hit that like button. Of course, man, we appreciate you. Let's see. So let's go ahead and bring up these. My guy Simply as 10, of course, he did the liberty of making the video, putting it together. OTAs, you guys see it right here. Just kind of seeing all the little highlights and stuff like that. Now, Alex, I want to get your takeaways first.
Okay.
What were your biggest takeaways from what you saw at OTAs?
Okay, so from what I saw, which is the video I made, I think it's got to be who all showed up. I think it was a lot of the defense showing up under the new coordinator, under Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
That's very promising. I know, Marcus wasn't practicing because, well, he was coming off season-ending injury. Marlon was, which means he's fully healthy. And our new signing, Marcus Williams, is going to be there next week, I believe. And Marlon
Yeah.
Humphrey was hopping on a call with Kyle Fuller. So that defense was pretty much all there, and it's going to be there next week. So that right there, that's got to be exciting. Like, you're going to have what we beefed up in the free agency and in the draft all together. Come on now. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, just kind of looking at, we're talking about defense a lot here. I mean, defense is just looking like, if everybody stays healthy, it's looking like it's going to be one of those top 5 seasons.
Has to be.
Like, it's looking like it has to be. And that's not, I was thinking about this earlier. Like, I was trying to take bias out of it as much as I could. But when you really look at all the things that they've done this offseason to kind of shore up that defense, looking at the defensive line, going out and, drafting a Travis Jones. You know what I mean? We still have a Justin Madubuike that's coming up. We re-signed Calais Campbell for another, 1 or 2 years? 1 or 2 seasons?
Wait.
Was it? Yeah, 1 season, right, yeah. So, I mean, there's just a lot that they've done. It's not only there, but in the secondary as well. The secondary is just like, oh my goodness, you got Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton, Kyle Fuller. I mean, the list goes on and on. That's not to mention the stars we already have, Peters and Humphrey, So it just looks like the defense right now is, like my guy Black Daniel says right here, definitely getting me excited. Back to that Ravens defense that makes teams think twice. Yeah.
And that comment, too, I mean, Marlon Humphrey even said, for a lot of the weird and questionable takes he has, some you may agree with, some you may not. The fact that he said he's been studying that 2000 Ravens defense.
Oh, yeah.
That right there is something I took away, good, because I think this defense lacked leaders last year outside of a Calais Campbell, which was the obvious. But now it's like, it's back. We're going to get some leaders. People are going to step up, and people are taking responsibility and even saying that they're playing smarter under Mike McDonald, which you got to love that, I think. Do you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the whole Mike McDonald, kind of taking over the defense, I'm just loving it more and more. Just the more I hear from and about him, like the fact that he's making the defense smarter and not harder. I mean, the things that even Patrick Queen said about him the episode when we had him on, he's bringing in a new culture, just new ideas, and just everything just feels fresh. Is basically what he was kind of saying. That's what I'm seeing. I can't wait to see how it translates onto the field as well. I mean, he's got a slew of weapons to make it happen. I saw somebody in here saying that they stacked the deck for him. I mean, there's literally he's coming from a Michigan defense with a bunch of college kids to an NFL caliber defense with just a bunch of really, really talented players. Some young, some older veterans. He's got the best of both worlds in that locker room on his defense. A very good mix. So I'm excited to see what he does with that for sure.
100%. And then going back to what we added on defense too, bringing back some familiar faces in a Michael Pierce, in a Brent Urban, who were, I think, a part of our last top maybe best ranked defense in 2018. I think that was the number 1 ranked defense. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but I know it was definitely top 3. So having guys who've been on the best of the best doesn't hurt having them back as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what you guys are saying in here in the chat. Just talking about some of you guys' takeaways from these OTAs. Let's see. Kimberly says, wish Lamar Jackson can be at the OTAs with the rest of the guys. Yeah. And let's just go ahead and address this, Alex. Lamar, not
that big of a deal.
It's really not. I don't think it's that big of a deal either. Now, yes, it would be nice. It would be nice if he was there, working with the guys as soon as possible, just really getting after it. But you got to think, Lamar Jackson is going into his 4th season, right?
4th season starting, 5th season altogether.
Exactly. Yeah. 5th season altogether, and this is a contract year for him. He has to do everything in his power to make sure that he performs at a top-notch level so he can get his money. It's the whole reason why he's not coming to the negotiation table right now. He feels like he has a whole nother season to kind of prove everybody wrong and to actually make his case to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the world. That's what he's looking to do. So the fact that he's not at OTAs right now, and we actually had, I'm not sure if you heard the same thing, Alex, but apparently he's working with a quarterback's coach kind of privately right now. Yeah.
And the Ravens are happy with that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so, and here's my thing: is like they're trying to flip this and put on him when there's another quarterback who literally is still in the contract and is holding out. But I've heard very little about that.
Yeah.
Very little. Like it's just it's really nothing. And I'm so happy he even put a tweet like saying, "I can't wait to get back out there," because he wants to be there and he will be there. So like it's
Yeah.
voluntary. Who knows what's going on in his personal life? We don't know that, so I'm not going to speculate.
Right. And like you said, like kind of alluding to your point, it would be different if like he didn't come out on social media at all, and like because he knows a lot of people are talking about this, right?
Yeah.
It'd be different if he didn't come out and say, "Oh, I can't wait to get back," like he did,
Yeah.
because he did tweet that like just the other day,
Yeah.
right?
But like right after, like people are like, "Oh, he's not there, he's not there." Like right after he put that out.
Yeah, and it's just like, why are we trying to spin it? The media wants to spin it because it's a slow off season. We got to find something to talk about. I get it, right? But it kind of gets annoying, and I'm sure it gets annoying for Lamar too, because it's like, hey, I'm literally telling you guys, like, I'm gonna be back out there. I'm not disgruntled. I want to be a Raven for life. I'm here. I'm ready to do this. I'm still committed to what I said when you guys drafted me. Let's go win a Super Bowl. Why are we trying to spin it any other way right now? I just don't get it.
And it's funny, like even I watched the full like Studio 44 with Rashad Bateman, and the fact he's like, bro, I didn't realize how much slander the Ravens get, and Lamar doesn't care about the hate he gets. Like this is proving his point that it's like there's other players that are not going to voluntary OTAs, but they singled out him.
Yeah.
It's just proving him more right and right each day. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Ravens Online. Ungatekeeper says, "What's going on, fellas? What's going on, man? Appreciate you for coming through. I see my guy Christopher Swain is in the building as well. Says, what's up, fellas? Glad to join in on this live stream.
Who's
Appreciate
also
you for
in the
pulling
Purple
up,
Rain
man.
group chat.
Yeah, yeah, he is. Yeah. Let's see. So Yolanda, kind of bringing up the wide receiver room again, says, I'm very excited about our defense. I'm just a bit worried about our offense without a veteran wide receiver.
And this is great to segue us into a talking point of the first couple of days of OTAs.
Yeah.
Perfect. So there was a report coming out that a couple of drops with the wide receivers there. I think Bateman had one, and he beat Marlon Humphrey on a back shoulder fade. I know Tylan Wallace had one, and then James Prochet had one as well. I know my opinion on this. What's your opinion? Like, are you worried? Like, how do you feel about the drops and all that?
Can I curse real quick? I'm sorry.
You know what? Go for it.
Look, bro, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm sorry, but I just don't. I mean, let's turn the clocks back to last offseason when news was slow. People just wanted anything like clickbait, stuff like that. You guys know Jamar Chase? You guys know Jamar Chase?
First round, number 6 overall last year, first round pick?
Yeah. Same guy. In OTAs, training camp, dropping passes. And everybody was like, oh, first round pick. Yeah, preseason. You know what I mean? Oh, first round pick Jamar Chase. He's dropping balls already. Is it the college ball being a little bit smaller than the professional ball? Whatever. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. Just people just kind of like talking their crap just because the news was slow and they just needed something to talk about. Yeah. So, and you saw what Jamar Chase did. He was a top 5 receiver this past season. Yep. His team was in the Super Bowl and he was a huge part of why they were there. So drops in OTAs is nothing to really be concerned about. And Yolanda, this is not directed towards you in any way, like this rant right now at all. But I'm just saying, like, the drops are not like they're not important. They're not important. Like, I would rather them be dropping passes now when it's like the first time they're getting back into football, rather than week 5, week 6 against the Broncos. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. I'd rather them be dropping passes now and then finish later. But what I did get from this and was very encouraging, like what you said, Alex, Rashad Bateman was winning his one-on-one matchups. Like I said, he beat Marlon Humphrey on that fade, you know? And you go back to what he said the other day in Studio 44 where he was interviewed by Marlon Humphrey. He was like, look, our receivers are like the pretty boys. They don't want you to touch them off the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Like, they get off you and, they're gone. They want to run their route. And if you can't touch me, I'm open. Yep. I mean, he kind of put that on display. Of course, we didn't see the play. No. It's not like we haven't seen it before. I mean, we went to the Ravens M&T Bank Stadium. We saw it live, me and you. You know what I mean? So we saw it. So we believe it. I believe it, But it's very promising to hear that he is kind of winning his one-on-one matchup initially. The finish will come soon. the finish will come soon, but yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just give my 2 cents, even if it's not asked. I could care less. I was saying it. I'd rather have them happen in May than in August. Like when we're talking like third preseason game and we have drops. I mean, they're like I said. I could care less right now. I mean, I just think it's people kind of looking for stuff. And I'm pulling out from Baltimore Beatdown. Got people that were there in the notes. They said it's early, and without Lamar Jackson, but Bateman struggled. He beat a cornerback deep for a would-be touchdown. The ball landed on his hands, but Bateman couldn't reel it in. He dropped the second pass, this one on a shorter route, and he bounced back, snagging a poorly placed pass behind his head, and then dropped the third pass. This was the fade where he beat Marlon Humphrey, and the ball was in his chest. And Bateman voiced his frustration after the play. Love that. Then just more receiving notes. I know this is going to be fun to talk about. Alabama wide receiver Slade Bolden will be the talk of training camp. He caught multiple passes today and looked sharp. Okay. You want to talk about maybe some UDFAs? Because that right there, that's definitely something I'm going to look at. Because, I think one of these UDFAs is going to make the team. And I'm actually very high on Benjamin Victor. Saw him last season in person in preseason. Hopefully he does good for himself. And who knows with Slade Bolden? I know we have Polk. Definitely one of these guys is going to show out and be the talk of the training camp like there always is with the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, the Slade Bolden thing, it is promising, and I get why. Why are you laughing, Alex?
He's just a real, bring your lunch to work type of guy, a real gritty receiver. Yeah, how to get that one out there.
Oh my God. Bring your lunch to work kind of guy. What's going on, Gerald? Says, what up,
G-Money.
PRP gang? Sutton Depp and Simply as 10. What's poppin', man? We appreciate you for coming through. Gerald's another one. Man, listen, you got to join our Instagram. They're asking for you. The group chat, the Rain Gang group chat. You got to join if you want to,
Yeah.
Shoot me a DM on Instagram. We'll get you in there if you like.
And
let's see.
I got one more comment about the receiver, so you can. Oh, what's the top of it? We're talking about the OTAs, and right now it's the receivers because I have one more thing about that. Wide receiver Devin Duvernay caught a red zone touchdown. The defense got overstretched in zone coverage, and Duvernay caught a short pass and ran 5 yards for the score. So finding the holes.
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah. A couple more things to talk about as well. Coming soon in a little bit, but just to kind of wrap it all up about the wide receiver thing, I'm not concerned at all about the early drops, the early struggles, anything like that. That will come together. I believe that the secondary that we have right now that they're going up against is very tough. So let's go ahead and transition into talking about our guy Kyle Hamilton, Ravens first round pick.
It's his episode. Why not?
It is. It's the Kyle Hamilton episode 114 of the Purple Rain podcast. Make sure you guys go ahead and like this video. Like the video. About almost 90 people watching right now. And subscribe to the channel if you are new and you're enjoying the content. But listen, man, Kyle Hamilton, we've heard nothing but good things about him. He's impressed in both days of OTAs already. And you go ahead, Alex. Just kind of get into what they were saying about him.
So this one is from Bo Smolka, Ravens reporter. Top draft pick Kyle Hamilton stands out. Physically impressive, moves very well. In a one-on-one drill, made 2 nice plays, breaking quickly on the ball to break up passes intended for rookie tight ends Charlie Kolar and Isaiah Likely. This one's from Ryan Mink. Kyle Hamilton is very quick, breaking on balls underneath. He had one where he would have destroyed Slade Bolden. Tony Jefferson had a big reaction on the sideline. Hamilton was also strong in one-on-one coverage, including versus tight ends. And the third one from Kyle Phoenix Barber. Absolutely love what I saw from rookie safety Kyle Hamilton. Spent a lot of time watching him specifically. Talking about how he was going to write something up. Here's what he wrote up. Calling those DBs, shifts head, constantly reading, diagnose plays, moves quickly. Persistent communication, didn't bite on the short routes, read the inside receiver stayed back for deep flag routes, and constantly talking, signaling to other DBs, dropped, read, flew to the ball.
You just said a lot just now, Alex, about one Kyle Hamilton, and
all
the whole time,
things.
all good things. The whole time you were talking about that, I'm just thinking about Week 4 against the Buffalo Bills, and just thinking about how much they love to throw the football, and how difficult that's going to be just in general against this Ravens secondary this year. I mean, we're talking about, and it's only OTAs. I get it. It's only OTAs. But if he's already impressing, that's 3 different beat writers, reporters, whatever, that you just quoted, right? And they all see the same things from this guy, Kyle Hamilton. Like, he's already impressing guys. So, oh my goodness, when preseason starts and when regular season starts, if this guy translates that to the actual games, on top of a Marcus Williams, another top 10 safety. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be really, really difficult. I'm welcoming the Bills, their offensive attack. What do they have? What do you got? Like,
That's their first test. Like, passing wise, I think.
Yeah.
Great quarterback, great receivers.
Yeah. Like, oh my goodness, man. That really excites me for sure. We'll see if those impressions kind of continue. Now, I did hear in the beginning of OTAs when it started, he struggled a little bit, had a few mishaps. Excuse me. And Mike McDonald got on him,
Okay.
And after that, he was just good. So, good to hear that too. Mike McDonald kind of holding his guys accountable early on. You love to hear it. You love to hear things like that. But let me see what you guys are saying down here.
With the communication, I think, let's say Chuck Clark is traded, I would not be surprised if Kyle Hamilton wore the green dot. It sounds like they're definitely.
You said he was communicating, signaling.
Yeah, it sounds like he's definitely like the next up if Chuck Clark isn't here. So
that's interesting.
That's encouraging to hear.
It is. And Chuck Clark, he showed up to OTAs, right?
Shout out to him for that. I mean, a big shout out to him. He didn't have to. Team player. I mean, I love that. Who knows what's going to happen with him? I still think he has a place in this defense because Mike McDonald literally runs 3 safeties. Yeah. He can play in the box. I don't know what's going on with that, but he still has a place in this team. So who knows what happens?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be good to see Chuck Clark stay on the roster, but totally understand if they move him.
Right.
We get it. It's a business, But yeah, man, just kind of wrapping up what we saw at OTAs, and there's still a couple more things to get to as well. But the defense looks promising. The offense, shouldn't worry about it. I think the offense is one thing that it's going to take some time for them to kind of mesh and get chemistry. Mm-hmm. Offense takes so much chemistry, like everything has to be executed perfectly. So like these early OTAs, mini camp, things like that, it's not going to look perfect. It's not going to look pretty, but give it some time. They'll get it together. Now, another thing I did hear, that was going on at OTAs was that Travis Jones was one of the ones that was impressive out of the big men, the big guys. And that's another thing. That's another like really, really, good little tidbit of information because when did we get Travis Jones? 3rd round pick, right?
Third round pick, indeed.
Oh my goodness, man. 3rd round pick. If he can come in and give us production early, this draft is just looking like more and more of a success, Yeah,
we'll have to talk about another certain Ravens defensive tackle in a little bit about, a certain picture that flooded the internet. Can't wait to talk about that. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, I forget who asked the question in the Purple Rain group chat today asking if he will have an impact this season. I said, yeah. I still think he'll be behind Matty BK. I think he'll probably be behind Calais as well unless they move him outside, but I think he'll still be inside. But I think he'll get the interior pressure. I think he'll probably get 2.5 sacks. I think that's pretty good for your rookie year as a defensive tackle.
Oh, personally.
And then he'll help clog up the running lanes when we face elite running backs this season.
Yeah. Definitely. Also getting back at Michael Pierce. That's why I'm excited about that too. Like clogging up those running lanes. Like we have like a veteran back there who is going to be able to help with that. So just more stuff to look forward to. Now, I guess we can go ahead and transition into what you were just kind of alluding to just now.
Do you have the picture, or do you want me to pull that up?
I don't have the picture. Can you send it to me really quick?
I will gladly send the picture. On Monday, Bobby Trossett actually posted this on Twitter. So this is actually how I found out about it, and a big shout out to him because without him, I would not have seen this picture whatsoever. Yeah, and I think it's really interesting that we talk about this because, I'm just gonna wait until we pull it up. That's what I'll do.
It was really funny. Like to me, at least to me. And we talked about it a lot in the Rain Gang group chat. By the way, if you want to be a part of the Rain Gang group chat, go to our Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast and just watch our story, and it'll tell you instructions on how to get in. But Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this tweet on screen with this picture attached to it. Let's see here for you guys. All right.
There we go.
So you see there. So
Derek
here's Ravens Derek Wolfe in Wyoming with a 300-pound collared black bear on his back. Rehab looks to be going well. Alex, your thoughts?
Okay. I guess that back's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, missed the whole season last year. This is not true. I'm not disrespect or nothing. Is it good? Is it good? I mean, we could have used you. I get it. I get your health comes first, but man, I need to do it. He's getting that money. He said, I'm gonna get my guaranteed money. I'm gonna go and hunt. I'm gonna go and throw a black bear on my back. I don't know what he's doing with that. Probably squats or something. I don't know what he's doing. But,
oh my god,
yeah.
dude!
I mean, I was just like, there's no way this is for real right now.
I just thought it was funny how it's just like it's like shameless. Like he put this on his Instagram. You see via Derek _ Wolf 95 Instagram. Like this is on his IG. Yeah. Like it doesn't get any funnier than this. I don't know. Like it's what the status is with him. If I'm the Ravens, I'm kind of hitting them up like, yo, like, where we at? Like, what's the timetable, Chief? Like, what are we doing? Because I see you're out here, you're living it up, but, we're paying you millions, and you're not on the field. You weren't on the field all last year, and you just had surgery in January on his hip, right? Or his shoulder? Yep. Which one? One of those, right?
I believe it was back. I think he had back surgery.
His back? Okay. Yeah. And now you got a 300-pound bear straddled across your back.
On the back. Like it's freaking a backpack, just that.
Right? Yeah, like it's nothing. He doesn't even look like he's struggling. It's just a picture, but he doesn't look like it's a struggle.
He's doing fine.
Yeah. So what's going on, Derek? I mean, Derek Wolfe. The only reason why we're saying this, we're acting like this, because Derek, we need you. We need you, my guy. We need you, man. Like my guy Bobby Trosta said the other day, saying like in that Titans game, he was one of the only ones who wanted to tackle Derrick Henry. Like he still is very valuable on that defensive line.
He showed up. He did show up.
Exactly. So if we can get him back, it would be great. But if he's saying he's hurt, he's saying he's still rehabbing, things like that, I don't know. I wouldn't be putting a 300-pound bear on my back. I don't know. That's just me.
I don't know if there's like an injury settlement going on, with the guaranteed money. If I know his nickname is Every Dollar Counts. If I see somebody who I'm paying guaranteed money, who we thought was hurt, I'm not gonna curse, throwing a goddamn 300-pound bear on his back.
Yeah.
Just like bro, like you're telling me you can't be out there shedding some offensive linemen, what's up?
Right. It's like, bro, this is a 300-pound bear you just have on your back, bro. I know you can still move some offensive linemen out of the way, bro. I know you can do it, and I know you can bring down some ball carriers. I know you got it in you, bro. So we'll see what happens. We do have 100 people watching live right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode 114, the Kyle Hamilton episode of the Purple Rain podcast. Make sure you guys go ahead and like this video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. There's a lot more Ravens content coming your way in the future. It is off season, guys, but we have a lot more stuff lined up for you guys in the future. You guys already know that. Y'all know what it is. But yeah, let's just see what else you guys are saying here in the chat. You guys know we love to interact with you guys. If you're just getting in here, leave your comments. We're talking about Derek Wolfe right now. We're talking about OTAs. What are you guys, what are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking?
We're at 42 likes. Can we get that to 50, please? Thumbs up.
Yeah. Thumbs up. Like the video, guys. Adit Mahmood says, I can appreciate the Rocky-inspired workout, but his future here is in serious doubt.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I mean, I'd take him back in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think he's a hell of a player. When he was healthy this season, I mean, I think he had like the only sack that game. No, Jihad Ward had one too. Like against the Titans. Like he showed up that game. Him and Pernell McPhee and Jihad Ward did their thing that game. Like 100%. I would love that. But who knows what's going to happen with the whole post-June 1st cuts. You never know what's going to go on. So
Yeah. Dre Mason says he left everything he had in that Titans game.
Damn. I think he won it, though. Take
Yeah, at
that.
least we won. Yeah, we'll take that. Christopher Swain says Wolf was one of my favorite additions last year. He was very consistent, got knocked back, shed blocks, extended. Loved the way he played. Yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah.
part of the Monstars, you know.
Yeah. That was fun
Like,
for the one season we had them.
I know,
All
right?
healthy. Yeah.
Yeah. Raven 76B more says I hope we play Isaiah Mack number 94 more.
Yeah. Well, can I actually talk about what reporters called the best play of the OTAs yesterday?
Sure.
Because I'm not gonna lie, that ants in my pants want to talk about this all freaking day.
Mm.
Um, inside linebacker Patrick Queen reeled in a
Mm.
one-handed interception after the ball was tipped. You know how
Oh.
happy that makes me?
Mm.
If I get a one-handed Patrick Queen interception, I'm gonna go crazy this season. I'm gonna need
Well,
that
he
money.
had one his rookie season, right? Or did he tipped it
Again,
up? It was in that Cowboys game, right?
so it was tipped and he caught it. He like
He
scooped it
caught it.
under there against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
but
that. Yeah.
dude, that's them instincts, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love that.
Definitely excited to see. I mean, I think the whole Ravens organization, they're kind of just waiting for Patrick Queen to pop off, you know? Like they're kind of just sitting waiting patiently and like we see like it's so he looks very promising at times, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's just like it feels like one of these years it's got to be his breakout season, you know. And with the help from the secondary that he's going to get this year, with the help from the defensive line, I feel like
less
he's
pressure.
in prime position. Less pressure. He's in prime position this year to actually do a lot of good things on the football field.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I definitely think the Ravens organization and all the Ravens fans as well, we're waiting on Patrick Queen to really like step up and be that dude, you know, on the defense. Like imagine him taking over. You know, him. Exactly. Wearing the green dot.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm just
Ooh.
saying.
Whew.
I'm just saying.
Love that.
So, yeah. Dre says here, I think PQ takes a big leap this season. Hey, man, we're hoping so for sure. For
I
sure.
mean, you got to see this had a strong end of the season last year. Last game against Steelers wasn't his best. Missed a couple of tackles, but besides that, I mean, after I say the Dolphins game, even that he had a tackle for loss like every game.
Yeah.
Definitely made his mark known. So I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of talking about or segueing a little bit to something a little bit different. A couple of Ravens transactions recently. Ravens actually just signed QB Bret Hundley this morning.
Yes, indeed.
Alex, what did you think about that?
Camp arm. It doesn't move me. Literally, he'd be there just in preseason throwing it. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, kind of, I mean, it does give you like, I mean, Lamar's not there yet, so like I get why they would want to bring in like another like you said, like camp body, like camp arm, that sort of thing. We don't know exactly when he's going to be back, Lamar Jackson that is, so it makes sense. It makes sense, but Huntley seems to be the guy taking most of the reps with the starters right now, and you know that's kind of how we like it. I mean, we like Huntley as a backup. It's good we have him still, but yeah. Let's see. Dylan kind of reassures that here can't buy that we know who our two QBs are for sure.
And then the other transaction happened on Tuesday. Kind of caught me. It caught me by surprise. I told you this. The Ravens signed Kyle Fuller, defensive back, formerly of the Bears and of the Broncos. So I'm gonna let you just start off your feelings about that if they didn't watch our show or our little Purple Rain report.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, and it's just kind of piggybacking off of what you said in that video. Getting a Kyle Fuller on this team, a veteran cornerback who's been there, you know, he's done that. He is in his 30s now, but I feel like he still has some pretty good football ahead of him.
Yeah.
And like you said in the other video, it's not like he's going to be having to guard wide receiver 1. Hell, not even wide receiver 2. Right. You know? So he's going to be guarding the third, fourth best guy on the team. So I feel like he'll definitely win a lot of his matchups. I feel like he'll win a lot of his reps, which is what you're looking for. You know, like we've got guys like Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters to kind of hold down the anchor. Our safety play is going to be crazy this year. So it's just making our secondary that much more just impenetrable. And one thing that I do want to kind of shift to and talk about about the secondary and adding in a Kyle Fuller. Well, real quick, Alex, what was that stat that you brought up the other day on that episode? Yeah.
That we have in the past 5 years, only 25 players have like 13 or more interceptions, and we have 3 of them in Peters, Fuller, and Marcus Williams.
Yeah. Now, when you talk about like interceptions or turnovers, takeaways, that is one of the most important statistics in football. If you cannot force turnovers, you're not going to win the amount of games that you think you should win. It's just not going to happen. Because more turnovers means more opportunities for more points, more offense. I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. You can look at the stats. Last year in 2021, the top 5 teams in takeaways, three out of those 5 teams, so 60% of those teams also happen to be top 5 in points scored per game. So, I mean, it's a direct correlation right there. Like you have to turn the ball over to give your offense more opportunities. And that's what I think that they're trying to shift their focus towards this year. When I say they, I mean the Ravens front office, those in power. They know that we need to force more turnovers. And like the only way it's going to happen is if we get more opportunist type players like a Kyle Fuller, like a Marcus Williams, like a Kyle Hamilton in the draft. So yeah, I really like the Kyle Fuller pickup. What were you thinking though?
I'm right there with you. He's not what he used to be, but like I said, not going to be against number 1 corners. Had a bad year last year. Not going to mince words about that, but hopefully he can come back here and bounce, which we've seen players do.
Yeah. We have. And my guy Black Daniels here says turnovers are key. They give you more possessions, which potentially leads to more scoring opportunities. We were on the wrong side of that stat several times last year. So the results are there. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's bad. It was bad. Robert T. Lewis says you have to score off those turnovers. Yes, You're right about that. You do have to score off those turnovers. You got to finish in the red zone. But the more opportunities you have, the more opportunities you have to score. I mean, it's simple math, guys. It's simple math, Lisa says we need to clean up the sloppy plays from last season. That's true too. Execution needs to be a big thing. Let's talk about. We don't even want to get into the play clock and let it all the way down to.
That's a whole other episode. Just the
that's a whole other episode.
Flowing. That was.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other Ravens transactions recently, Alex? Or
no, that was about it. I know we cut Kevin Tolliver today.
The cornerback.
That was. Oh, I mean, that was Wings commenting he had DoorDash players at defensive back, which wasn't cool, I'd say, from him. I don't know how I felt about that comment. How'd you feel?
Wait, say that again.
Wink Martindale said we had we were getting defensive backs from DoorDash.
From DoorDash?
Yeah, he said that. He actually said that. I'll send you the tweet when he said it.
Basically saying like we're just getting guys off the street. Is that what he was saying?
Basically, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, bro, those are the same guys you were freaking zero blitzing. Come on now. Don't give me that.
Right. That is pretty funny. But still kind of messed up at the same time, like you said. But so I think we're gonna go ahead and switch into our Purple Rain questions and answers segment of the episode, where you guys can ask us absolutely positively anything that you would like, whether it be about Ravens, other NFL teams, other sports, life, music, food, whatever you want to ask us about anything. You can ask us right here, right now. If you're part of the hashtag Replay Gang, thank you guys so much for joining this episode of the show. Make sure you leave your questions down below in the comment section, because we will get to you guys as well. Again, if you want to join the Purple Rain group chat on Instagram, make sure you go on our Instagram right now at the Purple Rain Podcast. Like you see right there, you can just go to our Instagram and follow the Instagram, look at our story. It'll tell you how to get in. So go ahead and drop your questions down below now. Let's see. Hemo4 is going to kick it off. Says, Mavs winning 4 straight and going to the finals. Yes or yes? Hey, man, I'm not going to lie to you, Hemo. I think the Mavs are going home tonight. I think the Golden State Warriors are going to close it out. It's going to be one of those type of games where it'll be close until like third quarter, when like Steph goes off for like maybe 2-3 threes in a row, or Clay, and it's just kind of it's gonna get out of hand from there. But I got the Golden State Warriors.
The last game was so weird, between like the whole like the free throw getting stuck on the rim, and then the whole leakage going on. Like, that was just a weird game. I think the Warriors take tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. We got our guy Engraven in the house.
Come on, Engraven.
Yeah, what's up, man? Says, what games you guys plan on going to, if any? Me, I know for sure preseason going to the Washington game. Definitely going to that one. Now during the season, not sure just yet. Still got to take a look at which games are, home games and how much those tickets are, because I feel like the tickets are like high, like when they first dropped the prices. No.
See, yeah, and it's not like it's the Orioles when you buy the cheap seats and move down. Guilty.
Right,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you ain't moving down to the Ravens game. That thing's gonna be
Not
sold out.
MNT. Yeah. Yeah.
I know for me, definitely going to one of the preseason games, and who knows what home game. Definitely gonna go to one or two. We'll see.
Yeah. Let's see. Black Daniel says hashtag replay gang. Appreciate that. Let's see. Engraven with another question here. It says, what do you hate the most about YouTube? Hate the most about YouTube?
I could definitely tell I'll be happy to tell. I mean, there's multiple things. Definitely with me, gotta worry. You don't know who's gonna strike you. There are some greedy companies out there.
Yeah.
And bro, the comments, they definitely will like get to you. I'm guilty. They've gotten to me. It's been really bad sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff, because you can't please everybody. Once you understand that, you kind of get past it. But there's some pretty nasty things said in the comments. Not gonna lie.
So you would say like the trolls and stuff. That's like the.
Not even honestly, the trolls. Yeah, that. I think for like, especially like on Twitter, because I know nobody's watching this, I'll like do that. Like you can post something, like say I make a video for a player that's like a third string. They're like, why the hell are you making a video for this person? Bro, because the reason I started my YouTube was to like show love to underrated players, the players who don't get love. You don't understand like that can literally get to you. It's like really bad.
Right.
And they'll just like keep on like trolling you. It's like, bro, it's like that's why actually I've gotten off Twitter a lot more recently because of that.
The trolls and stuff, yeah. I can understand that. At the end of the day, you do have to you got to protect your energy, protect your peace, for sure.
I think that's why this here like is like a really like I don't want to say safe space, but like bro, like it's just all love. It's literally love, and like if it's not a troll, they're removed just like that because of the mods.
Yeah. Engraven, leaving a super chat donation. Thank you so much, making it rain here on episode 114 of the Purple Rain podcast. We appreciate you, Engraven. Says much love to y'all. Very proud of the both of you. Thank you.
I mean, I'm gonna throw it back to you. I mean, come on now, what 54K?
54K, 54,000 subscribers.
Bro, you're about to hit like bro, like the whole Ravens Stadium field is about to be how many subscribers you got. That's gonna be crazy.
Right. When you think about that. Think about that. Engraven, if you're still listening.
Like, bro, you can fill the whole Ravens Stadium, and that's how many subs you have. That'd be crazy.
That's how many subs you have. Like, that's a lot. Black Dan says that's why he is goated for sure. For sure. Let's see. A couple more questions we'll take from you guys. Lisa says here, can we all send hugs to Texas after what they went through?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, absolutely. Just taking a moment to send just love, prayers, just everything, just support to everybody who was involved, affected, impacted by the tragedy in Texas. It's just, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this country, and we all do have to kind of like be there for each other in these hard times, but there's still changes that need to be made. And that's the biggest thing. We can't just time and time again allow things to keep happening without somebody standing up and saying, hey, maybe if we do this, we'll have less of that. Something needs to change. Something's got to give. So, but definitely sending hugs to Texas after the tragedy.
And for me, thoughts and prayers only do so much. There has to be change. That's how I look at it. I'm tired of seeing that. Like, in no, like, disrespectful way. Like, this gets, like, draining. Like, bro, like, that's not going to bring somebody back.
Yeah.
So, like, that's
exactly.
It's fixed.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's see. Jay just kind of bringing this back up again. What are you guys' thoughts on Demerian Williams? I think he's going to be nice. You must have missed earlier when Alex was talking him up. So, yeah.
Hey, Jay, I hope you probably watched that Wired. And also Jalen Armour-Davis, too. Number 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they nice little thing on him. Like, Anthony Levine said he had one of the best, like, meetings, like, pre-draft meetings they ever had. Crazy. Oh, wow. Like, they even show what he was talking about. I'm telling you, you're going to watch it, you're going to be like, wow, like, they got some good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to go watch that because that is, I've heard a lot of good stuff about this Wired already, and I haven't even seen it yet. But I'm going to go check that one out. I think we're going to go ahead and leave it there. I don't see any more questions for now. If you're part of the replay gang, again, go ahead and leave your questions down below. Real quick, I got to bring my guy Dylan up right here. Says, what is you guys' favorite undrafted free agent wide receiver? Mine is Demerian Williams. I'm going with Mekhi Polk still. Yeah. Still going with Mekhi Polk. But
Yeah, I think Poland
we'll see.
charity.
We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. But C Stackhouse here says smash that like button. The shave them dangles. Hashtag ad. Hashtag Manscaped. Yeah, if you didn't catch it, we are sponsored by Manscaped now. Appreciate you, C Stackhouse. Hashtag replay gang. We appreciate y'all. Yolanda says, let me go find the group chat. If you want to join the group chat, go ahead and find us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast, just like you see right there. Watch our story. It'll show you exactly how to get in the group chat. This has been episode 114 of the Purple Rain Podcast. You can find us on Instagram right here. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Sutton Def, just like you see down there. And this guy on Twitter at SimplyAs10. And on Instagram at SimplyAs10.prod. And with that being said, I'm going to let my guy Alex take us out.
Thank you for coming through. Episode 114. Darren, I see your comment. There is a summary of the practice online. It's on Baltimore Beatdown. Go and check that out. That's where I was reading it from. Yeah, thank you all for coming through. And until then, Hala Madrid, big game on Saturday. Have a great night, and don't forget to stay positive and test negative.
Yeah, and never, ever, ever forget to call God. This has been episode 114 of the Purple Rain Podcast. We're going to catch you guys in the next one.